Pixar's latest film, Hoppers, is in theaters now. It's being released as Hoppers everywhere in the United States except for Massachusetts. If you're there, you're going to want to look for it under the name Hoppas. That's with one W and three H's. This episode is brought to you by Harry's. Go to harrys.com/Murrell to get the Harry's Plus trial set for only $10 and stay tuned after the video for more info. Hello everybody, I'm Dan Murrell here with my review of the latest Pixar film, Hoppers. In my review of The Bride this morning, I accidentally said Netflix instead of Pixar. Guess what the most common comment on that video is? Hoppers is from director Daniel Chong. This is his first Pixar film and was written by Jesse Andrews, who also got a screenplay credit on Luca and is part of the Pixar creative team. Hoppers follows Mabel, voiced by Piper Curda, a 19-year-old desperate to save a local glade from being destroyed by the construction of a new beltway in her hometown of Beaverton. When she stumbles upon a new technology that puts human minds inside robotic animal bodies, a process called hopping, she also discovers that she can talk to the animals as one of them and poses as a beaver to try to rally the animals' support to save their home. Her main ally is the mammal king George, another beaver, voiced by Bobby Moynihan. John Hamm voices the slimy mayor Jerry, Mabel's nemesis, and the rest of the cast includes Dave Franco, Kathy Najimy, the late Isaiah Whitlock Jr., and one multiple Oscar winner in a very fun role. Over the years, Pixar has shown that they can make a lot of different kinds of animated movies. In the past, I've referenced this as major Pixar and minor Pixar, which I guess is a little bit derogatory towards the movies that maybe aren't in that upper tier. What that basically means, though, is that there are some Pixar movies that kind of have that extra adult level, that speak to adults in a certain way, and there are some that are closer to what you might see from typical animated kids fare. And that's definitely what Hoppers falls into, that second category. But because it is Pixar, and they hit 9 out of 10 times, even if it skews maybe a little bit younger than some of the other Pixar movies, I think it's still better than probably 80 to 90% of the other kids' animated films that are out there. A lot of the humor in Hoppers, I think, still works for all ages. There's some jokes that I think people of any age can laugh at, and there are some jokes that are a little bit darker. Not necessarily in a disturbing way for kids, but in a way that I think adults will enjoy. This is a movie that largely takes place in the animal kingdom, and there's a comedic frankness about the fact that these animals are all friends, but understand that sometimes they have to eat each other. It's the circle of life.
Hello to you, Steve. That's pond rule number 2. When you gotta eat, eat.
There's also one moment where a somewhat major character meets their end in a very surprising way that got a big laugh out of me, and I appreciate that the movie kind of had the guts to go there. Again, it's not something that's going to disturb little kids, but it's something that I admired about the film. Hoppers also has a nice message about the beauty of nature and the importance of preserving it. Personally, I don't really think that that's an overtly political message, reminding people that it's important to care for the earth that we live on and the animals that live in it. But I'm sure because of that, it'll get painted as some kind of a message movie because that's the time that we live in. But given that a lot of movies aimed towards kids don't really have a message beyond farts or funny, I appreciated what Pixar was trying to do here. Animation-wise, I don't think this is one of Pixar's most groundbreaking films. It's an animated movie about animals, so the priority is obviously to make the character designs cute, and they very much are, but the movie isn't what I'd call a technical wonder. I'm actually glad that the animation style in this movie is a little bit more cartoony because, fun fact about me, and I may have mentioned this before, I suffer from a wicked case of rhinidophobia, which is a fear of frogs, a mortal terror, actually. I have a visceral reaction to even seeing a frog in a movie or on a TV show, and given that frogs play a big part in this film, I would have had trouble if Pixar went for a more photoreal look. That's not a joke. It would have been a tough watch. Where Hoppers does stand in the top tier of Pixar, in my opinion, is the musical score for the film. The music was written by Mark Mothersbaugh, who's a great film composer. This is his first feature film for Pixar. So often, it seems like kids' animated movies feature generic, interchangeable, bassoon-heavy background music that you've heard a million times before. And I think that Mothersbaugh delivers a really, really good musical score for this film that adds to an already impressive Pixar canon of music. While Hoppers does stand above a lot of other kids' movies, it does also indulge in some of the things that I don't necessarily like about a lot of animated films these days, at least the ones for kids. The pace in this film is faster than I'd expect from Pixar. The first half especially is a lot of this thing, that thing, over here, now look here. The kind of pace that you usually see from not very good movies that are just desperate to feed a short attention span. I guess I understand it, but it did keep me at a bit of a distance for a while. If you showed me the first maybe 45 minutes of this movie without the Pixar name and asked me what studio made it, I might have guessed DreamWorks or maybe even Illumination. But I think it does kind of reel back into what you'd expect from a Pixar film in the second half. And that speaks to the Pixar bar, if you will, which is a standard that many people, including myself, often hold Pixar movies to. It's a higher standard that honestly might not be fair to a lot of Pixar films, and it's born out of the studio producing so many exceptional films in the past. I wouldn't call Hoppers an exceptional film either on or off of the Pixar scale, but it is good. It is quite funny. Not every Pixar film has to have that profound messaging that adults can connect to. There are some intense scenes featuring animals, even though it is very cartoon-like in its style, so it may not be appropriate for kids under, I'd say, age 5, but as always, you know your kids better than I do, so that's a judgment call to make on your own. Just a bit of a heads up there. But regardless of what age your kids are, I think if you're a parent or an adult that just enjoys Pixar films, even if you're not taking kids, there's plenty to enjoy along the way. So on my personal scale, I'm giving Hoppers a rating of it's good. I think it's a solid, good animated film, and I think that kids especially are going to enjoy it. But what do you think? Are you going to be heading out to see it this weekend? Let me know down in the comments below. As I mentioned, my review of The Bride came out this morning, so if you haven't seen that, check that out. And stay tuned right here to the channel for more movie news, reviews, box office, and more. Before we go, I want to thank the sponsor for this video, Harry's. This episode is brought to you by Harry's. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm a little bit cleaner cut today. And that's because I just used my new razor from Harry's. Now, I've got to be honest, I've been out of the razor market for years, and that's because I got sick of all the dull, disposable stuff that you would buy in the store. It'd either take forever to shave, or I would try to get it done in a reasonable amount of time and end up cutting my face. It was just easier to run some clippers over my beard and be done with it, but I'm kind of turning into Gandalf or Dandolf the White a little bit. It's good to keep the beard shaved, and that's why I'm glad I have my new Harry's Plus razor, which has an advanced pivoting system that reaches every corner of your face and also has refined blade tech featuring German engineered blades for a closer, smoother shave. Every cartridge also includes a lubricating strip with aloe and vitamin E to calm your skin while you shave, and even has a neat little edge blade on the back for sideburns and those tough to reach spots. I was actually able to shave in a reasonable amount of time today without any nicks or cuts, and I was happy with how easy it was too. Plus, Harry's offers a great experience at an even better price because they don't outsource anything, they keep costs low, and their risk-free trial means that you really have no reason not to give them a try. For a limited time, fans of the show can get the Harry's Plus trial set for only $10 at harrys.com/Murrell. This set includes the all-new Harry's Plus razor, one refined 5-blade cartridge, a 2-ounce foaming shave gel, and a travel cover to protect your blades on the go. Just head to harrys.com/Murrell to claim this offer, and after you purchase, be sure to tell them that I sent you. That's harrys.com/Murrell, Murrell, to get the Harry's Plus trial set for just $10. Thanks to Harry's for sponsoring this video, and thank you for watching. Be sure to come back soon. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you then. Bye.